Archers, attack! Keep firing! Let none escape! Another down! Do not relent!
Hullabaloo, tie my shoe. It's Slidewhistle.
Yes, hello, it's your boy, Immunization.
Hey, what up? It's Aaron, Fire Mage Extraordinaire and Horde Punching Bag. I just passed the Hullabaloo Challenge, so I'm chomping on my stars and lightning bolts chicken nuggets. What a way to start this episode 350 of our program.
350. We're almost all the way around the sun.
That's a crazy amount of episodes. 350.
350.
I was telling my friend Sam, infamously of Maid. She was like, how's that going? And I said, I'm recording 350 later. She said, fuck, that's a lot.
I only have one episode of Maid.
If you take all the time you were on camera and all the time I'm not on camera, because this is a proper audio program, ...
Cheers from Mr. 350.
Podcast worldwide.
Mr. Worldly. I'm not all the way around yet.
We've got a lot of stuff. So we were like halfway through the Gamescom thing, I think. And then they announced more things over the weekend. Which was last weekend by this point, but...
Yeah, I can't really parse what was new since we last recorded / where we stopped talking about things last week. There's probably a decent amount of stuff that we still have to cover here.
I want to start with an interview with Destructoid. First of all, Destructoid is still around?
Yeah, I thought that was a bygone era. I thought the people from GameSpy, I thought they dragged them down with that.
Oh, I thought it was a person. This is like a website or something?
It's actually a large robot. It's crazy that they got an interview with Destructoid. I thought he was shooting lasers in Japan right now.
Yeah, he's always kind of doing that. He's actually Mr. 350. That's him. We're taking his shtick.
This summer, Mr. 350 Destructoid, the evil robot, versus Mr. 365 Pitbull. I'm taking you down.
Now that we've reached 350 episodes, we have some crazy collabs here. It's DNR X Destructoid X Mr. Worldwide.
I'm almost worldly. So the interview really. I didn't actually go to Destructoid, which I'm sure they loved. I just went to Wowhead to read it. I'm not going to Destructoid in 2025. Are you kidding me?
You're gonna get viruses. You're gonna get malware.
But the summary basically has some housing stuff, which I'm actually skipping past because there's a segment called The Black Blood. And I was like, the Black Blood? Oh, we're actually going to pull on that thread some more? And it says, we're not likely to fight against or see the Black Blood again in Midnight. It's old god related, while we're focusing more on the cosmic side of the Void, which has its own distinct visual theme that's very airy, a lot more light and crystals. Okay, but then it says, with the idea of a trilogy, each expansion in the World Soul Saga is able to introduce new elements that can tie back together later on. We're starting to understand what happened with Beladar. We've seen the old god's black blood seep into our planet, and that's probably going to come up later.
Well, I don't know why they're saying probably. The fact that they're even talking about it means it will come up later, and it makes sense it'll come up later, because the third part of the trilogy is called The Last Titan, referring to Azeroth, and then, we know that, the Titans are, inside the planet, so it's the Black Blood is down there, it makes sense.
You think the Black Blood's gonna pull the sword out, and everyone's gonna cheer?
Yeah, yay! It's just really helpful. It's like, we're sorry, we're sorry, we misunderstood you, Black Blood. It's okay, it happens. This is all of our world now.
It's gonna eat the sword like termites in a Looney Tunes cartoon. Just
The Black Blood actually is the Last Titan, is Azeroth. We've never really had any concept of what Azeroth looks like. But Azeroth is just a black blood.
I'm just imagining they do other Looney Tunes antics. Like Xalatath empowered by the Black Blood is like, you can never get me in this tunnel. And then Khadgar starts running.
He's in a wheelchair.
He starts wheeling. We have to catch her. And then Sylvanas goes, no, Khadgar, my friend, and he smashes right into the wall. She cleverly painted this tunnel.
She could away with this. Meep meep. That's the sound her feet make as she runs away.
Dalaran becomes a floating city again, not because they put it up with magic, but because they go to saw off the part of a tree limb, and it stands in there while the rest of the tree falls to the ground.
You figured out the ancient old secrets of Dalaran. Speaking of ancient old secrets, this one, Aaron's gonna love this next one.
Woo.
Uniting the elves.
Well, you know what? I'm sipping an all-day IPA, so I'm going to take all day and sip on this thing while you guys discuss this.
There are man years of trauma. They definitely meant many.
Wait. Before we go, can I have a second joke?
Yeah, get it. Get a third one.
Yeah, I love that we're uniting them, so I can put them on this catapult and send them into the sun.
Yeah!
Okay, I'm done. I didn't think of a third one.
You probably will after this. Basically, they're saying this is weird. I didn't think this was going to happen. There are many years of trauma between the various elven tribes. Bringing them together isn't something that will be easily solved. Yeah, no shit. But Azeroth is facing a common threat, so these groups need to talk again. A lot of players don't even know the lore, such as why the Blood Elves were banished. I mean, I guess it's true. So this would be an opportunity to educate those folks about that part of the story. Boring. Don't care about that. But it does say at the very end, but I can't say that in Midnight proper, you will begin the effort to bring the tribes back together. And then Wildhead has their own parentheses that says, based on context, it seems she meant to say, I can say you will bring the tribes back together. So they don't even fucking know what they're saying.
Well, I mean, I guess it makes sense about like where we are, the fact that we will be spending time up near the Blood Elf capital and it all being like rebuilt and whatnot. So I think it makes sense that, you know, this would be a story beat for here. And I feel like even back when they first announced the trilogy, they're like, yes, Midnight will be the elf expansion. That those may have been actual words from Ian.
You figure they've already started sowing the seeds. I mean, the Regent General of the Stinky Elves and the Queen of the Nightborn, like, get it in. She's pregnant with his white guy baby. So we're going to experience the first generation of elf mixing.
That's terrifying. And I guess it seems pretty obvious because the whole Demon Hunter getting the third spec thing, which are going to be Void Elves for the Alliance, but there's no extra Elven race for the Horde. So it sounds like the Blood Elves are going to be like, we were banished for our crimes. Oh, but we banished the Void Elves. We have to bring them back into our fold because we were banished and so were they.
I guess the equivalent would be like them saying randomly that the Nightborn could also be demon hunters, but like I feel like that doesn't make as much sense because I feel like the Void Elves are being added just because the third spec is very void, right? Like it just makes sense.
It makes me wonder. You're like, yes, we're all elves, everyone. We're all thin and pointy, but it makes me wonder. There's a lot of like nice cities. Are we all going to live in Quel'Thalas? Because, like, I know Suramar's old as dirt, but that place is still pretty good. We just did Bellamar. We're not going to leave that tree, right? Although a very angry gay man on Twitters.com said, it's not their home city. It's a village. And then he posted, like, 17 screenshots of them being like, this beautiful village of Bellamar.
I don't want to be friends with the other elves.
Well, also, like, it can be a village and be their capital. I mean, it's only village size because, like, the rest of them fucking died when they were, like, burned to the ground. Like, it's not their fault.
We'd love to fit in a city, but there's, on God, like 200 of us left. But then that opens up. So, Quel'Thalas, just elf city. Or do we think everyone's going to be, maybe not fully living there, but it's going to be a place for everyone? Like Chandra's Feathermoon will be on the elf council.
I think it'll more so just be peace between all the different elves. I don't think that they're going to, like, physically move to one location. I think that they will just, like, stop fighting and form an alliance, like an elven alliance against the Void is probably what I foresee.
That's got to be one of the lowest tier beefs, if I may say. Other than in front of Suramar, where that bitch Tyrande was so rude. I don't like. Yeah, it's Horde versus Alliance, but I've never seen a Blood Elf be like, "I'm going to kill you, Night Elf." At most, they're just like, "I don't like those junglers." Like the most we've ever seen from the elven anger towards each other is like vague stares and maybe a racial epithet.
Which also brings me to another interesting point about the elves. Remember how we were told we were only going to be able to live in like a small section of Silvermoon? Well, they've walked that back apparently already.
Whoa!
What did they say now? I mean, like, I feel like there hasn't been like an official map or whatever of it. To me, it sounded like the main hub of where we will be shared, like with like your typical like capital city type things with like, you know, your bank, your auction house or whatever. So I don't know, because like I feel like at the beginning they're like, yes, it'll be on site. The Alliance members will be beheaded as soon as they go towards the Horde areas, and I'm like, oh. So what have they backed up to say now?
Now they say that 2/3 of the city will be available to all, and only 1/3 of the city is Horde. Which, okay, but what? Before they clearly said you get a small shrine in the middle of a little pool, and they get everything else.
I was looking
You get a
forward to
cardboard
it.
box on the corner.
I was looking forward to it. It was going to be the most streamlined, functional city we've ever had. No fluff. I'm not going to be like, oh, where's the transmogger? Where's the bank? Because they were going to smush it all into one little ghetto for us and say, that's all you get.
There's gonna be like just like one cardboard box for everyone to like huddle up in and set their Hearthstone to, and then just a bunch of NPCs that like don't even have buildings that do all the functions, and then the auction house is just gonna be 3 people over in the corner, like in a shady alley.
Yeah, you wish there were separate facilities. Miranda Moser's coming back and she's going to shrug. And what's that floating above her head? It says everything. She's an inn. She's a bank. She's an auction house. They only let one person come in. Grr, that stinks. Because guess what? Now we're going to have to go around their big-ass city. And I didn't want to be there in the first place, and now I'm going to have to learn where these things are?
Hey, at least we can fly now, I assume.
Ugh.
We should complain. We should make them go back to only giving us a small little hut.
Give us a ghetto. Give us a ghetto.
We wanted to live in the nasty scar. We wanted to live in the nasty scar.
I personally was super excited to lose all my money in Murder Row and be kicked out of your city. Now you're telling me I can go to Windweaver Spire? That blows.
We don't want to be there. We want to. What would they call the Alliance slums? Like it had to have a fun name.
Yeah, it's called Murder Row.
They would call it like the trash heap, but then because they're so opulent and like out of touch, their version of trash would just be like what Iron Forge has looked like for the last 20 years. It's like, we've put your domiciles underground, and we've lit them with candles. The thought.
It's the low poly zone because they like drew all of the polygons and energy from that area to like redefine their part of the city, and it just looks like old ass Silvermoon where we have to huddle up.
That's what to say. We took all the graphics and upgraded them, but we left you a little patch of 2006.
Okay, God, we just get low poly shit. Oh, yeah, they keep one section of the just like unupdated just for us.
And it's like fenced in, and then it's like has a little sign and it says like no fly zone, so like, we can't even fly there.
It's a gated ghetto, so you can see, but you still have to go through a portal to TBC just for inconvenience sake.
Yeah, we have a load screen, but they don't.
This is great. Make it happen, Blizzard. Fix the changes. Make it happen. Horde doesn't want us to live in the city. We don't want to live in the city. Come on.
What we do want is a stat squish, because it's coming in midnight, baby. The elves are going to squish us together with their big, large feet and be like...
John Stats is already in his special costume, getting ready to get squished.
Our numbers are going to go bigly down. Currently, we're about the 700 eye levels, and we're going to be down to somewhere around, drumroll please, the 100s. That's right, we're going back down.
Holy shit. Is that it probably isn't, but is it the lowest we've done? I swear, that's baby boo boo. So then, God, what's classic gear going to be? This is eye level 4. Congratulations, you beat Molten Core. Here's an eye level 10 hammer.
The starting gear that they like throw at you in the first class is like eye level 1 and 2.
Scary world we're living in. Honestly, though, I like it. I like when numbers small because the damage numbers are also going to go down. They're going to be like hundreds or in the thousands, according to Cybear TV, trustworthy news source from Twitter. Something that blew my mind, and I didn't even realize this. So the Demon Hunter thing, right? The new spec. They're going to be an intelligence spec, by the way, int based.
I guess, have we gotten video? Like, are they shooting lasers? Are they throwing in beams? It seems interesting to be int based, but then also I am still fell rushing at you.
So like they aren't like a full range spec. What do you think they are? Like more evoker, like dev evoker, like a mid range range. And they did show some pictures of their spells. Well, not pictures, some video of their spells in, I believe the first trailer for Midnight. You could see some of what their attacks looked like, and I don't know. Like I don't really see how it looked that ranged to me. I feel like people are gonna end up being a little disappointed how it plays more like melee than they would want.
I agree. I think people who didn't play Dev Evoker are going to be like, what the fuck is this? Because, yeah, it's playing for mid-range. Considered a ranged character for purposes of most encounter mechanics. However, certain talents will enable more hybrid mobile combat, periodically moving in and out of melee range. Shouldn't be constantly dashing in and out every 4 to 5 seconds, but enough to acknowledge melee and mobility. Sometimes with Evoker, you are just barely out of range, and it's so fucking annoying. And sometimes you bring your fucking range mechanics too close to the melee, and you're like, oops, big wings, big wings.
I mean, another int leather class is interesting, though. I mean, because, like, what do we have that is that? Is it just, like, Resto Druid and Boomkin?
We have
Mistweaver as well.
Yeah, Misties.
Yeah, it'll be fun. I really hope that their abilities are sort of like D&D, like spell sword or like spell slinger. So like you're still swinging to the fences, you're still whipping around like you're in a rave. It's just you're shooting like lasers out of the edge of your sword. Don't make it where I saw one thing where they just held their two blades together and then like a Killing N'Zoth style beam clips out of you. Boo to that. Make it make me have to work. Make me sweat out there. Make it like a cyber goth dance.
You want to rave. That's what you fucking want. You want to get those
exactly,
glow sticks.
Yeah. I want it to be like, yeah, we did it. And then like Dirt Whistle falls down because he's so tired, and it's like, are you okay? He's like, I haven't raved that hard since I was back at the Well of Eternity.
You're just imagining somebody bottling the Well of Eternity into glow sticks and just fucking dancing it around with.
So here's the big question here. Will Slidewhistle, the titular man, will he make a change? Do you think he has to, just for interest's sake?
Oh, yeah, I definitely want to get my hands on the Devourer spec. I really liked Evoker, how it played. I still like how it plays. It's very simple. I just, a dragon's got to take a little break. Dragon's even sleeping for a while. It's got to be tired. But the Demon Hunter, oh yeah, I think the Demon Hunter's coming back in Midnight, which is crazy. He's going to be back to back.
I like that your justification was he was sleeping for a long time. He must be tired. He got up, he did some stuff for about a year, and he said, fuck, sleeping for 10,000 years was pretty choice.
I gotta get back to that sweet, sweet bed. He's just standing still, like in a cave. Guess who's coming back? You could probably guess it in 2 guesses.
Well, I mean, I feel like people have been saying that they are clamoring for Illidan to come back, which would make sense because, like, Demon Hunter and Elf. But
it's so
I don't know. Then there's the other camp that is always clamoring for her to come back, and that being Sylvanas.
Yep, and I saw, sorry, you probably have the actual news, but I saw some blabbermouth was like, yeah, we'll see her. It's like, I know we're being all out in the open, and with like PTRs, there's nothing that's surprising, but like, God, close your trap for a second. Let something be interesting and like new.
Yeah, basically how you said it was exactly how I learned about it. Yeah, we're gonna see Sylvanas. What? Okay, you're just gonna say it just like that? Which is also weird because it says, without spoiling too much, you will see Sylvanas at some point in the next expansion. Don't expect Naga to return. Who's talking about Naga? Who the fuck's? I mean,
What the fuck? She's not even related to them.
I don't get it. Like, all bad bitches look the same? Is that what they're going for? Like,
That's a very weird that feels like a random generator sentence. It's like you will see blank, but you won't see blank too. And it's like, why would what do like the Naga in general, not even a specific Naga?
you guys are gonna love this next sentence then. There will be some other folks, Thrall, and many others.
Well, I hope Thrall's back. He's been trapped in the loading screen for this entire expansion because like I haven't fucking seen him. Where is he?
Mumbly Maurice over here, who accidentally got in an interview. They said, "What do you think's coming?" And then he said the Sylvanas thing, and in the back of his head, he's like, "Fuck, I fucked up. I said what I shouldn't have said." And then they corner him. Who else is coming back? Thrall, and then he sees Ian giving him like a chop neck emote. Other people. Maurice, get out of there now. Your loose lips have already sunk ships, brother. I mean, it makes sense though because elves. Every elf's got it. They said, "This is our party, baby. Everyone's in." So she's got to be here. And then also, I mean, one of the dungeons is her house. So she's got to like be like, "Oh, there's a secret entrance behind my bookshelf. I used to go and look at Nathanos in it. I'd flick my bean next to the third boss."
Oh, dude, do you okay, everybody, I'm so sorry. If there are children or if you don't want to hear this, run. Fast forward 10 seconds. Do you think she has an undead dildo of like just a dead penis hanging out?
I like how like the dildo was like what was the line in the sand where you're like, kids, get him out of here, when Aaron literally just talked about Sylvanas flicking her bean.
It's undead. It's an undead. I mean, I guess her bean would be undead too, but an undead, because like it's a real. It would have like viscera and like veins hanging out the bottom of it.
I believe, and I'm so sorry, listener, you may still be with us. I believe we had a lengthy email back and forth discussion about this back in the day, and yes, she very much has a sentient undead dildo. Like, I believe we ended up determining that it's still having no body and having no brain. It would still like move for her pleasure.
She sews a mouth onto it so it can speak.
I would love if the big return of Sylvanas wasn't like them trying to like write her into the story. It's just that like she was like, collecting souls or whatever in the mall as part of her like parole or whatnot, and then she gets like a text alert saying like you know about what they were revealing at Gamescom here, and then she's like, shit, fuck, my family house is going to be one of the dungeons. I haven't cleaned my room. Clean the living room. That place is nasty. All of my shit is out. And then she just like speed races there, and we like get back, and she's just like exhausted on the couch, so, like because she just spent like the twilight hours of War Within tidying up and hiding her dildos.
My dildos. Can we hire the voice actress to say that?
Get
Patty,
the cameo going.
Patty, come on, I'll give you some money. You have to defeat the phantom of little Lyrith, of little sun, as I hide all of my many dildos. And then you can just see her sort of working in the background as you're like, how many do you have? Please don't ask.
We gotta do, all we gotta do is clip the part. We transcribe the part that Immune said, and we send it to Patty, and we give like, here's $500. No, it has to be more than that, right? It's gotta be more than that. How much do you think it costs to get her to say all this?
I don't know. I feel like most cameos are like not that expensive. Like not like
Adorno told
hundreds.
me he paid like $100, I think, to Josh Keaton to do that whole thing, and Josh did most of that himself.
Hell yeah!
I don't know if it's more or less expensive for it's like, Patty, no outside baseball. We just want you to say this, and she goes, "Oh, gross."
Yeah, I think you got to pay her more for the gross factor.
I also feel like the Sylvanas voice actor probably is asked to do a lot of freaky shit in Cameo. So like I don't know if she has like somebody like gatekeep things that are like allowed to be requested, or she's just like, I need a coin's a coin, and and she just takes all offers. I'm not sure.
I like that she, an American voice actress, says a coin's a coin, like she's paying in WoW gold. A doubloon's a doubloon. I'll do anything for the golden curse.
Gotta get her to say that too. Okay. Let's go back to we're getting more talent points, guys. Players will unlock 10 new talent points while leveling to 90 in Midnight, split up among each of the 3 talent trees. All right, now stay with me, guys. 3 points go into your class tree, which aren't getting any new talents. Basically, you can just pick up 3 new things that you couldn't pick up before because you picked up other stuff. 3 points will go into the existing hero tree talents, which will have an additional column with 3 new nodes. So we'll just get those off the rip. 4 specialization points will go into a new Apex talent. Apex talent, which is designed as a, quote, natural conclusion to your spec tree. It's a multi-rank node with its own visual representation within the tree. Okay, so anyway, they're continuing the talent tree ramp up, and I like it.
So are they saying that the Apex talent is a tree within a tree, like on the right one? I guess at the end. I guess I'll need to see it to understand.
It's kind of what it sounds like. It's gonna be they said each point put into the Apex talent should feel very significant, with the first and last points having the most weight. So, I mean, it sounds like they're going to give us some pretty cool shit. Probably old shit we had before, maybe old legendaries. I'm just kind of assuming here.
Yeah, I feel like all of these in general are going to make us feel more powerful, but I feel like everyone will then feel more powerful. And maybe it's just me. I feel like the hero talent tree in general is kind of whatever. Just because, you end up having all the points for it anyways. It's, less of a choice.
That's what I was going to say, yeah, is whatever these last points are, I hope every single one's a choice. Because, yeah, it doesn't really matter when there's 3 where you get an A or a B. But everything else is just no matter what path you take, yeah, you'll get the epic ability.
It's weird. I guess it only kind of matters. I guess it doesn't matter for you, Aaron, but it kind of matters for you. Well, no. If you switch hero talents, if you're interested in maybe the other talent is cooler because it has X, Y, and Z. But even then, I feel like sometimes it's just so minimal that just the basic first node is what makes up the entire tree of each spec.
I know for me personally, hero talents, and once again, maybe it's because I've only ever played with one and never moved on, but it's really just okay, what do I get at the beginning? And 4 points in, what do I get at the very bottom of the tree? Everything else that makes up the middle is whatever. I've never had a thrill because I can get an extra orb.
Come on, dude, you don't want that 5th orb? You don't want that 5th orb up your butt?
I do want that. I mean, that 5th orb makes me immensely more powerful, but it's not going to give me a thrill. Not the same as having a phoenix that shows up and very dramatically dies. And now he makes me big as I die. It's very fancy.
Makes you big? What do you mean?
Yeah, my 4-piece set is when that phoenix dies and he falls to the floor and he goes, keep fighting the good fight. Now it will give me 10 seconds of time warp.
Oh.
And so I'm just oh no, I'm so sorry, Phoenix. Oh no, I wasted my whole time mourning you.
Also, speaking of big phoenixes, congrats on that trinket you got from Raid. That thing is a fucking huge ass trinket.
Thank you. So, fun story about that. I got it because it's good eye level. And I'm just number go up. And then I looked at it and it's critical strike, which is, I believe, last I checked, my worst stat. So I said, should I give this away to someone? And then everyone was like, great trinket. Amazing. Oh, I wish I had that. And I said, maybe I will hold on to this. Maybe I do deserve it.
Because what does it do? It summons a big.
Yeah.
Meteor?
When I hit people, they get power infused into them. That just makes them hurt. But then when I die, they'll explode. Yeah, for a huge meteoric bit of damage. And I'm I'm good at dying. Let's go.
I think it actually means when enemies die, they explode and deal AoE damage.
Neat.
it's an S tier trinket for everybody. So you made out like a bandit in that shit, dude. Hell yeah.
And then I stole shoulders the next night, and I kept them in my miserly pouch. I didn't even put them on yet. Because I said, one day these will be important. Not today, though. Because I have a 4 set, and my shoulders are one of the 4.
Was there anything else in raid? Hacky's raiding. Hacky's back. How do you feel having Hacky as a mage? He's arcane mage though, not fire.
Well, I'm glad he's not fire, because then I'd have to rough him up, because there's too many. They're getting in my way. But no, I appreciate having him there, because he waves at me and says hello, and I was like, hello, Hacky. And it's very funny to watch someone else shimmer, because I'm sure, much like how people see me, I go, run, bitch, you're gonna die. And then I see him be somewhere else, and I go, oh, okay, never mind then.
How does it feel? So, were you heroing, or was he heroing, or time warping? Who was the...
We may have done it at the same time. I was hitting the button, and it seemed to happen pretty soon after my button press, so I believe I was the one in charge. No, he hasn't raided with us since normal in, like, Nathria, so I wasn't about to be like, yeah, hit the button, guy.
When he waves to you, you go / hit the button, guy.
It is weird, though, that, like... Okay, so I guess a big update with Raid is that we are officially 2 groups again, because people came back, and we had just over 30. And the way that things were divvied up, yeah, it was just like Aaron, Hacky, and I as the potential hero candidates, and I'm just like, oh, it's not gonna be me. I need my defensive pet out for this prog.
Like, fuck this. That shit hurts. Heroic's hurting.
Are we just down people that can do hero? Or just they're all in the other group? I guess they have a mage. Ash, is he with us, or is he over there?
Yeah, he's just here on Tuesday, though. So, that's why, Wednesday on particular, you'll be the hero guy, I guess, on Wednesdays.
See. Yeah, Wednesdays are going to be harder. I get we probably do normal. That way he can get the vault. That makes sense, because then he wouldn't get it on. So that's fine, actually. That's fine. I was going to say, I wish we swapped the days so we had him for prog, but we need him to have gear, too.
I also feel like I think we're hitting our stride now, where I feel like we will clear through normal very quickly. I think we're going to, next week, we'll probably get to the point where we full clear normal, before our break. That's my prediction, at least.
Hope so. I mean, yeah, we were killing it. It's weird going from 30 to 15 people again, though. It's such a jarring change in numbers and spell things flying past my screen.
I liked our good friend Malgon. It was very bold of him to enter into the Mana Forge with us, because he did not have a cape for almost the entirety of normal. So it was very funny to fight some guys, and then we have to teleport through a portal, and he just gets to sit there I'll see you guys when you get back from work.
And then we get back from work and we're at the next boss, and it's like, okay, get the portal up. We'll summon into the next boss.
We'll get him over here. And then there were some bosses. I think the janitor, he just died, right? That's all he could do, because it's literally the first boss. So he's just like, yep, I'll heal you guys in that first room, and then when the next thing happens, oh well.
Oh yeah, I didn't think about that. I guess he could have bubbled through through the first wall. I can immunity through it.
Can you shimmer through it then, Aaron?
I don't know, but I'll have to try shimmer, because that's a lot lower of a cost. I was going to say the time that we did beat it on Wednesday, that final one, yeah, I had to blorp through some bubbles, so I was like, shit. So I just sat there and ice blocked, and it did not kill me. Which actually I didn't even think about, because there definitely are some mechanics I know that are just like, okay, Mr. Smart Guy, you're in an ice block, and it cauterizes me, and I was like, I don't think it should do that.
It might work. Demon Hunter has a invulnerability. I don't know what the fuck it's called. I hate pressing it because I can't do any damage when I press it. I just stand there with my arms in T-pose. But I use that to get through, because sometimes the fucking bubbles on the heroic boss are so mean to get through on Plexus. So it's like, fuck, I'll use my cape and then I'll immune through the wall.
Yeah, I feel like we're 3 out of 8 heroic now, and yeah, Plexus the first boss. I feel like we've gotten it down and it's clean. But then every single time on the last time that we have wall phase, we have everything neatly set off to the side, so it should be open. And then he's just like, no, I'm gonna like put like all these lasers and bubbles really awkwardly across the entire thing, so we have to like double back and like go backwards after we go through the wall and then go around everything. It's really annoying.
There's probably a way to tell, but also, you know what? I'm just gonna do top toot, bottom boot, medium boot right now. Since we talk about raid, I got a top toot.
Toot, toot, toot.
Toot, 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 toot.
I thought that my mythic group was trying to get me to quit by not telling me anything that was happening, and I was like, "It's fine. I don't want to do anything." And then I get asked, "Hey, do you want to come heal heroic Demencius?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'll go heal. I'll heal heroic Demencius." And I got AOTC casually. I'm like, "What the fuck, guys? Who gets fucking week 2 AOTC?" I mean, people do, but I was like, I never have before.
I think we've only ever gotten AOTC like maybe a few weeks earlier than what our guild does it. And I feel like our guild is pretty middle of the road as far as like heroic prog goes. I mean, like we always get AOTC, but I feel like we aren't that fast with it.
Shout out to the stinky rats, not so stinky. They were, and then like I was like a stinky healer. I don't know what the fuck I was doing on this fight. This fight is going to be so hard. I think for our group we're gonna need like maybe like an extra healer, because that's why they brought me in, to be an extra healer, for there are already 3 insane healers. I mean, their monk was doing like 6 million healing consistent. I'm like, what the fuck? How are you even doing that?
I've heard that monk is like one of the healers that's best at sniping heals. So like if they are just fast at healing, then they'll just take up a lot of the heals. So like, I don't know, healing in general is like, I mean, that like the numbers don't matter as much.
Yeah, they big lies. But shout out, the mount is cool. I love the AOTC mount. I'll keep it a secret. I won't say what it is, but I think it's I didn't get any loot. I passed on the loot. Because what am I gonna? I'm not gonna fucking. Can you imagine if I was like need on everything? Like as I'm just an extra guy in the corner.
You. They made a stinky rat mistake, and they should have stinky rat paid for it.
when I said the loot's all yours, guys, don't worry. I dropped group, and then one of them in Discord was like, "Pumice, you don't want any of this fat loot?" And I was like, "That's your loot, boo boo. That's your loot. Take it, take it. I don't want it."
I like to think that his name's actually Boo Boo.
No, but he's the guy who he was like, "PU mice," and I was like, "It's pumice," but I like PU mice. That's he's like stinky rat PU mice.
Yeah, that is your stinky rat code name.
It's my stinky rat Sona.
What about you, Aaron? Top 2, bottom boot, medium boot, middle of the episode.
I was so unprepared, but I am prepared. I unfortunately do have a bottom boot this. Well, you know what? I got a bottom boot and a top toot. Both will be quick.
Boot and toot 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 boot.
So many people have commented on it, but yes, the slimy rancor portion of the Eco Dome weeklies is not good. It has you going to Maldraxxus to do a series of quests with Plaguebringer Uroleth, the guy who sounds like this.
I like him.
Well, yes, we all love him. One of his quests, though, is get me 15 Rancor slime bits that can be found one at a time, or 2 for the big ones, on crawling Rancors, which are slimes around the area. Well, they have a almost vanilla classic-esque respawn timer where maybe 6 exist at a time, and when they die, you're waiting for maybe 5 minutes at a time.
Ooh.
Now, a lot of people are doing this all at the same time, and we have the power of flight to patrol around. So you're sitting there, you have maybe 1, maybe 2 after half an hour. You see 1, 7 guys descend down upon it, and they get it before you can even blink. You're stuck there. I ended up, I too was flying. I was trying to be a culture vulture. And eventually I said, you know what? I know an exact spot where 1 respawns. I will just sit here and wait. And so for an hour and a half, 90 real world minutes, I just sat in Maldraxxus and killed the same guy 15 times. And that's probably the quickest way that I could have done it.
That's ridiculous. I don't know why. I feel like it has to be unintended that that's the way that this quest has been. occurring for people, because I feel like I've seen a lot of people complain about this. Honestly, the Eco Dome quests in general, I feel like people have been complaining about and saying that
There's
like they
a lot of them. There's too many of them for like a throwaway. And it's like, yeah, I want content, obviously. Like I don't want it to be like do 2 and then go away. But it's like to all of the exclamation, the story quest, each animal has like 18 quests. And when you're done, each animal has like 7 weeklies that you need to do. It's a lot of flufferino.
You know what's crazy? I am a huge fan of these Ecodome quests.
Well, I am too, but like I feel the part that I don't like about it is the ones like this Rancor quest or like the bees one that people were complaining about. The ones that like feel like BC quests where it's like everyone's competing for the same things and they don't spawn back quickly and it just takes way longer than it should.
I like it. And part of it, it's a multifaceted thing. Maybe we can get into it after we do whatever Immune's gonna do, or we keep going. I don't know.
Well, I think Aaron's still in the middle of his.
Oh yeah.
Well, no, and then my toot. I had to mention it. Everyone already knew about this, but I accidentally discovered the recuperate animation, which
it's
apparently
really funny because it's what you wanted.
It is, and it makes sense because it's like you're sitting. So you're a class that can't heal. So you're sitting there. What do? Like I would eat mana buns, but for like warriors, they can only heal when they're fighting stuff. So what do? Just sit there and wait? Well, no. Now they've added where your character pulls out a little campfire. They make a snack, and then that gives you 50% of your health in 10 seconds. But it's great because the specific animation is throwing down a fire, pulling out a pan, and cooking an egg. They're teasing me. It's like, it's everything I've wanted from the Warband screen for year, singular, and you can just do it anytime you want now. And then I
was just gonna say, it's also really funny because like I feel like the recuperate feature, we were talking about this on our Discord, which you can get to by going to donotRelent.com where all of our links are. This came out like about a patch and a half ago or something like that, and like we probably just in passing talked about it because like I don't know, I feel like all of us have ways that we would heal ourselves anyways, or like are in a group content where the healer would heal us most of the time. So I feel like I actually have never found the need to use this button.
Yeah, I can't say that I ever use it to heal myself. I just use it to cook an egg anytime. There was one glorious week where I was slash leaning on everything. Now I'm cooking an egg anytime we're not playing.
It's basically a toy,
Exactly. And also, when you throw down that fire and you're done cooking your egg, the fire doesn't leave as long as you don't move. So I'll just set down a little campfire for everyone while we're in raid, while we're gambling and stuff. It's beautiful.
Is everyone's animation the same? Like, can you describe your animation when you start to cook the egg? Like, what do you do?
I mean, it's literally just she pulls out a pan and then holds it at sort of like chest height and wiggles it 3 or 4 times and then does like the eating animation. Like that part's not
when
new.
You start the fire, it's like you're on like all fours though, right? Or you're crouching down.
No, it's she pulls it. She has it like tucked in her waistband, and she violently throws it like she's like throwing dice or like zipping a Beyblade. Beyblade, let it rip. She throws it down, then the fire starts, and then that's when she pulls out the pan and does like the shakes.
Because when I was doing it on my night elf, I feel like I like put the fire down, and then I feel like he like kind of like leaned like way over, and he almost was like he one hand was like waving into the fire, like it was like trying to like get air into it. Like it was like I was like, what is the animation? I've seen for my life.
I actually haven't tried it out yet, so I will report back next week.
I'm hoping that the male Pandaren one, they're also splooted sitting on their ass like the lean animation.
Have we talked about that on the show or no?
No, because I think we just found out.
Okay, well, I'm making it a top toot right now. Then I have a few other top toots as well, though.
Oh, triple!
I have a triple top toot here.
Oh my god, so many toots!
Lots of toots.
He's tooting! Look out! Hit the deck!
Yeah, a little gassy here today, but my first top toot is the slash lean on the male Pandaren. If you have a male Pandaren, okay, so just me, try it out. It's the derpiest thing ever. It's perfect for them. I thought it was a bug at first, but then I'm like, no, this has to be intentional. It's perfect. It's just like all the other ones are I think all of the other ones are basically what you would think a leaning animation looks like, but no, the male Pandaren just like sits down and like sprawls backward a little bit, leans backward while sitting, and looks like deceased. It's hilarious.
I've never seen one of them hit this. And so my thing is, Blizzard, let's see more like drunk pandas, like big full tummy pandas. I need to see this thing on NPCs.
I feel like the prime time to put it in would be like that quest line in Pandaria where you're making a feast and everyone gets drunk. Like, that's the time to do it. But my second top two, which you had me thinking about, was how I was doing the ecological quests on my priest, and I couldn't even start the bee quests in Stormsong. It was like bugged out. So then I like went ahead and went to the comments, and some people said, "Oh, it's bugged right now," which is funny because bees. But they're like, drop the quest, activate war mode, go back, pick it up again, and then you should be able to start the quests. So I did this, and then I was like, fuck, I guess I'll just do the questing in war mode, which was easier because like there were less people there. And then during it, I had like the best time ever because I was, I'm my holy priest. I was just doing my quests. I was just wrapping up the quests in Stormsong Valley. I was at the quest giver, turning it in. This warrior charges down from this lands next to me. I thought like, oh, is a Horde warrior, and I thought like, okay, well, whatever. Like, I've been questing with Hordes out here, and like none of us have crossed the line and attacked each other. I think we're all here because we were experiencing this bug. But no, he just charges at me, not turning the quest, starts attacking me. I'm like, really? We're doing this right now? I mean, like, you're not going to beat me. I might not beat you either, but like, you're not going to beat me. But then like, I actually started winning the fight, and then he started to flee. He CC'd me and then like started running away and then mounted up to leave. And I was like, no, fuck that. I felt like my PvP BFA rage come out, and I was like, this Horde warrior is going to die. I will chase him across the entire world to murder him. And I did. I chased him down across all of Stormsong Valley. He kept trying to run away, and like we got into like 4 or 5 different skirmishes, and it took a long time because I'm a holy priest. But like, I did eventually win because like this Alliance Paladin, this Draenei Paladin was nearby and came up and like was watching at first, and then decided to join the fight right when he realized that I was about to win. I was like, okay, well, thanks, I guess. But and then I hit the slash spit over his corpse, and then went about my day.
And then also you saw him again later, and he bowed to you, and he was like, please, because he was like, I just want to get the bees, and he was like literally trying to avoid getting into another fight with you.
I know, and I saw him in the same place where he attacked me, trying to turn in his quests, and so then I flew down and just stood by him, like almost like pixel stacked on top of him, just to see what he would do, and then he bowed, and then I just like hit him with a slash laugh and then went away.
I love a good war mode story. It almost inspired me to get back in there, back on the trenches. But then I just end up fighting, and then I don't do anything but fight. And I wasted my time. I didn't waste my time, but I had fun in different ways.
Yeah, that's my main problem. I feel like my war mode, whenever I'm in war mode, it just, as you said, takes up too much of my time. But then very quickly, my last top two is that my hunter finally got like a neck piece from Halls of Atonement, which then I got like 2 achievements for outgrowing like the crests. And then I was able to then take tier from my vault and catalyze another piece. And now I have 4 set, and I'm like 705, 706 now. I'm like, here we go. Finally. I was like holding on to all these pieces of gear to put on when like I finally had all the pieces come together, and it was just nice. I feel accomplished there.
Big pimpin'.
Woo! Congratulations. Slide, do you have 4 Ps?
Yeah.
Do you have 4 Ps?
I have 8 piece. I got it on both characters. I've actually had it for a while. I've actually had it since last week.
Someone steal this man's pieces! Redistribute them to the people!
He's got 2 4 set.
He's got 2 4 piece. Yeah, I just have 4 piece on my hunter. Just got today, and then on my priest, I think I still just have 2 set. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, like I'll get there eventually.
Speaking of getting there eventually, I guess I'll get to the Epic Edition pre-order eventually, but I'm not too inspired.
They've announced some detail. I mean, I guess it's not really details because we already know this. I've already pre-ordered. I'm going to send a picture into host chat for you guys to look at some of the pre-order things you can achieve. If you could let the audience know what you're looking at, that'd be great.
Well, initially it was Keanu as the big butler, but things are coming in now.
Okay, so this looks like it's 4-player housing, and it is 4 portraits of main characters in very ornate frames with the player character observing them. We have Illyria, her son, Zalitath, and Terrellian.
Why would I want these guys in my house? I spend the whole thing looking at them. You think I don't know what Erator looks like? I've got to see his box braids every day now.
You know what it's giving? It's giving like when you become best friends with somebody in Animal Crossing.
Get their portrait.
I hope they have like a vague phrase on the back too. Like it's like, Illyria, your best friend, keep on slinging them.
They're also like kind of glamour shots, like they were taken at the mall with like effects and like the way that none of them are looking directly at the camera. It's kind of dramatic.
Zaltat's got feet. It's just a footprint on the back of hers.
Oh no, keep them crinkling, boys. I want to know, yeah, so these other 3, they're heroes. They'd go to a JCPenney. They'd pay $45 for a photo shoot. Who's taking Zalatath's picture? Did one of the Voidlings pick up a disposable from CVS?
No, so she also went to JCPenney. She just didn't pay. She just threatened them.
I'm going to circle back. I'll pay you at the front for this. And then she just booked it.
We really got them.
You hear the sound of her bare feet running in the parking lot. She really pulled one over on us.
Honestly, this is money machinima right here. It's a quick. We could make that maybe.
Nope.
But you can only get these portraits if you purchase the Epic Edition. You also will receive the Light-Infused Fountain, the Void-Corrupted Fountain, the Light-Infused Rotunda, the Void-Corrupted Rotunda. And according to the pre-order shop page, players can receive multiples of each portrait by purchasing the Epic Edition multiple times.
Why would you do it multiple times just for a gazebo?
I'm so sad that there will be. Okay, Zalatath is one thing, and there's a lot of people that joke, and they're like, "Oh, like I'm her little slave." Ha 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 ha. If Sylvanas was featured here, there would be a whale. Mark my words, there would be someone paying hundreds to order 3 editions to be like, I've got a Sylvanas in every room.
Sylvanas is watching me in every room of my player house.
It does also say you can buy them with gold if you have the Epic Edition later, but it's so interesting that they lead with, if you buy multiple Epic Edition copies, you could get, like, that's crazy.
Who would that even be for? Is it like, I'm getting everyone in the crew this?
I don't know.
But then at the same time, the way that we bought TWW is technically through the show. So that could be attributed as 3 purchases. Someone could have walked home with 3 Illyrias, and we would have been none the wiser.
Also, I don't know if this was announced or revealed after last week's, or I don't think we talked about it. But like, I think another thing that they revealed about player housing was that like within your neighborhood, you can have like, you don't have to specifically have like Alliance housing if you are like in like the Alliance zone. So that means like if we're with our guildies, like, you know, there's going to be dirty mud pit housing next to, well, it won't be next to me. That's why like the 3 of us need to like make sure that we lock down our places away from the stink pits.
Yeah, I don't like that. We're going to have to really enable the HOA to make sure no huts are put up in our compound.
No spears, no bones.
You got to be wearing shoes. That's the number 1 rule. No shirt, no shoes, no service.
What the hell? Do you even wear shoes? I feel like I've seen those big purple flippers jumping around, flipping in the air before.
No, you haven't.
I've seen them. You haven't seen them because you're blind, but the amount of times you've shown up to raid with your big floppers out, your La Ciennegas.
Well, speaking of being blind, you reminded me. So you guys know in Priory, the dungeon, you know how there's that blinding light that comes off the last boss? She's like, turn around, don't look at me, don't look at me.
Ooh, do you not get fucked up by it as a DH?
So yes, you don't. Now you used to, because I think, because I haven't tried. And I was like, I said one time to them, I was like, it doesn't make sense that demon hunters have to turn around. And then I was like, wait, why am I turning around? I said, get ready to dispel me. I'm just gonna look at it. And I looked at it, and I didn't get blinded.
Well, the first time though, you had blur up, so then, and you may have even darkness as well. So then you're like, okay, well, I guess technically there was a chance you dodged it. So then we did testing for like a few more times, and yeah, Slide has now continually just stared at it on his demon hunter, and he's never been blinded. And then we finally convinced Ahoy to do it too, because Ahoy's playing his tanky demon hunter this patch. So we have 2 demon hunters in our keys group now. And yeah, and demon hunters are just not blinded by it. And like the thing is, I don't know how long this has been a thing, because like up until this season, we didn't reliably run with a demon hunter, I don't think.
So if you're a demon hunter, get out there and just look at it. But no, I think season 3, I think it started in the season. I think I saw people talking about that in the Discord. It's just really crazy that like that's a thing.
Honestly, it's really good flavor. I mean, I feel like it makes sense that a demon hunter wouldn't be blinded by a blinding light, because they're already blind. It's like at least 3/4 of their personality. They won't stop talking about how they're blind, so.
And while we're at it, I don't think priests or paladins should either. Are you telling me if I work at Taco Bell and someone shows up and they have beans, I'm supposed to get scared of them? That's my day job.
That's a good point, actually.
I'm like, how are you about to blind me? Routinely, my hands are the light. I have this big sword and I make it out of light. Smish. And at the same time, if you're a void elf, you should expire. If you look at it, you should go, ah!
Whole screen
and get
goes
dusted
black.
like Dust Baby. Yeah.
They're like, sorry, you're now forced to become a demon hunter next patch, but until then, you I guess you have to uninstall. I'm sorry.
That's actually, it's very brave of them to put a dungeon story in the main narrative, but it's like, Illyria will be like, what happened to all of my bravest soldiers? They all ran Priory, my lord, and they got fucked up so hard.
They didn't turn around.
Well,
They didn't update their DBM, and they did not turn around in time.
And in Priory of all places, that's a throwaway dungeon. Well, give them knives, let them shoot laser beams. They'll do something.
Hallelujah.
And while I snack on this now, my second order of lightning bolt and stars chicken nuggets, let's thank our stars for our $5 a month patrons. Their names include Ahoy Vince, Azarin, Digital Dave, asking Growlina to say, for the Horde. Misket the Orchidee Orc, Mitch, who wants to remind everyone that Rathion isn't daddy, he's a literal child. Crucifix, Alternator, Saracen Hawk, Justin, give me back my PhD Arcane. Remy.
Every time I hear Chiodos, I get a full boner. And I wanted to hop off the bike before I poked you in the back.
Kick Puncher, Sugar Bear.
Time is money, friend.
Dr. Foster, Grumpy Old Shaman, Jerome, Ali, Adorno.
When I turned 17, I ran away to Hong Kong, where I met Triad boss Kenny Wu, my first love.
Bitch, this ticket is cold.
Losing the Patient, Gershom.
Literally, Roblox is too hard. Roblox is too...
Duff the Horde Pooper Cooper, Calcus. Cilantro, Alex A, Vanderlyle.
Have a nice day.
And Will, aka Tire, Trade Chat's fallen father.
Join those eco chrome domes over at patreon.com/do not relent. We did an episode last week was it embarrassing moments? Was that last week?
No, we talked about Big Brother and
Big
weapons.
Brother and weapons.
Yeah, baby. Check it out. Why not? Peep it out. Big backlog. If you get bored, you want to listen to a bunch of shit, $5. $5 for a bunch of shit. Hey, pretty good deal if you ask me.
Yeah, we have like almost 100 fucking episodes there now.
My grandmother highly recommends it. I sent her the beginning of one about Ipsy legend Rob the Drummer, and she said, you boys are so creative.
Hell yeah. What about you guys? Where can they find you on the internet?
Well, you can find me, Alex, or Immunization, on Twitter at New Era Alex, or on Blue Sky at Immunization.
You can find me, Aaron the Human, at thebigacheesy on twitters.com and watch me play Vigigrams at twitch.tv/AaronDNR.
Well, man, we're out of here. I gotta go post my Mafia game. Things are heating up, guys.
Watch out, Connie from Steven Universe!
Okay, well, see you guys next week and I will come prepared with my Ecodome talk. Wait, yeah, Ecodome talk. Ecodome talk.
Ecodome!
Ecodome talk! We'll be getting dome from Venari!
And remember,
Another down! Do not relent!
Do Not Relent is a podcast within the 3HNC network, representing U.S. Proudmoore's premier podcasts.
That was a very good wish.
I'm sorry, I can't do that. I don't have any of the parts.